Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on how to use RepTool by reporters. In this video I want to explain you how to go on with fractions being delivered to final technologies. As I explained as an introduction in the video Information on Next Treatment Steps, for fractions being delivered to final technologies, composition data have to be given. Choice of final technology. To sum up and repeat, final technologies are those ones being listed in the lower area of the scroll down for technology used. Final technologies are technologies within which V fractions are either change their physical characteristics. Examples are they are smelted like in the recovery process for nearly all metals like iron, copper, aluminium, but also other metals. They are burned like in all kinds of incineration processes, or also when extruding plastics to granulates, see plastics recycling, they are melted in this process. Another headline for final technologies, or here more clear final destinations, are where V or V fractions will stay forever, or at least for a very long time period. Examples are landfilling, material for road construction, and other construction material or similar. You will see in the list of available final technologies that all technologies where products are achieved are considered as final technologies. For example, glass production, here is also a smelting, a change of physical characteristics done, but also a production of other glass products like blasting material. The cement or ceramic industry, where V fractions are changing the physical characteristics too. Concrete production, here we estimate that V fractions will stay for a long time period. Or plastics recycling. See here a change of physical characteristics by melting in the extruder, but also production of other products of or with plastics. We give the examples of multi-layer or mixed products where defined plastics are used to press them or use plastic products for any other specific application. See a special video on proof of products, proof of application under the videos for advanced users. At particle board production, take care. Here we mean wood-to-wood products. Otherwise, the oven of the particle board production plant should be seen as co-incineration. Here again, I highly recommend to read the remarks carefully and to follow cross-links. If the technology where the fraction is delivered to seems more appropriate, see the remarks starting with C. Of course, it is the target that you choose the correct technology for the point of delivery. One important issue for choosing a final technology is approve technologies called as special. For technologies called as special, you should read the remarks that an approval for this classification of a technology as special is asked. The case most often used is to choose the copper smelter special. What means? See the remarks. A copper smelter with any special technology to use the organic shares of the input material. See the text. And an approval that the use of organics can be classified as use as reducing agent and or use for fuel substitution. See a special video proof of technologies under the videos for advanced users. If the special technology, respectively the special use, may not be approved, the option traditional has to be chosen. You will find more remarks on any special use under the use in final technology remarks. See a bit later in this video. If you choose one of the final technologies as the technology option for the acceptor, you will be directed to the Add or Edit Acceptor Technology page, and if you approve the technology, you will be directed to the Treatment Of page, indicating that this is a final technology by the F and asking you for the composition data. How to provide composition data? We use now the simple example of a pure iron fraction from shredding after handpicking of copper residues being ready to be forwarded to a steel mill. For providing composition data, you will get a choice of following components. The three main metals of iron, aluminium and copper. Other metals, including tin, zinc, nickel, but also precious metals and rare earth metals, are summarized under other metals. Take care to provide data on iron, aluminium, copper first, and only provide data on other metals as other metals. You will get the option to distinguish other metals under Use in Final Technology, where you may distinguish critical metals like lead and mercury. We do or did not ask for a detailed distinction of other kinds of metals, as we wanted to let the treatment operators keep their secret of profits. But of course, you may indicate individual metals by choosing other metals several times and to give a remark on the kind of metal in the remark field, for example, nickel. Organic fractions we distinguish to plastics. Here we see mainly hard plastics and pure foam plastics from cooling and freezing appliances. Other organic fractions we distinguish wood, paper, cardboard, oil fraction and CFC fractions. For other organic fractions, you may use other organic fractions. The next option is organic residues. Please use the component of organic residues only for impurities of other fractions. Please have a look at the separate video on how to distinguish fractions, residues and mixed disposal. Inorganic fractions are distinguished to glass. Under this headline we see all kinds of glass like CRT glass and other glass like flat glass or glass pieces. Other inorganic fractions we distinguish to mineral fractions, mainly foreseen for stones and fines from large household appliances. Next are inorganic residues. Please use this component only for impurities of other target fractions. Please also for this have a look at the separate video on how to distinguish fractions from residues and mixed disposal. As far as you can, distinguish organic and inorganic residues, as the possible use in the final technology may be different. Use the term or the component mixed fractions disposal only if you forward a mixed fraction to any final technology for which the use of components is classified as disposal for the whole fraction. Don't use the component mixed fraction disposal for any organic or inorganic residues in any target fraction. Use the options for residues as they are given. The options of reuse you shall only apply if there is a dedicated reuse of appliances or components, mainly as checked components or appliances for the same purpose as designated. After having done the choice of main components, you shall add the share of the main component in percent. Take care in weight percent. For our pure fraction, with a share of less than 2% impurities or non-target fraction, you may enter 100% of the component. You may remember the video how to fill in data on first fractions, where I explained that we agreed to be allowed to call a fraction as pure fraction when there are less than 2% impurities or non-target material in weight percent included in the fraction. Press the submit button to confirm and to take over data. When you reach 100%, you will see the grain shade at total. To go on working, you may use the path in the upper area of the page. By using the last line, you will come back one step of treatment. If you have a fraction which consists of different components, see in our example motors, you may give the share of the first component, for example iron, with let's say 80%. Press the submit button and choose the next component in the next line. In our case, let's take copper. with 18%. Press the submit button. Small pieces of plastics at or in the motor will be burned as organic shares in the copper smelter. So we will enter them as impurities, as organic residues. Submit. Regarding impurities, please have a look at the separate video fractions, residues, mixed fraction disposal. All the time when you are below 100%, you will see a pink shade to give you advice. When you reach 100%, the shade will change to green color. When you have entered 100% of the composition, you have to go on choose the use. See the next video on this.